Happy New Year! How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a productive start to the new year. I definitely am. It has been go since the start of this new year. I have a 5-month-old now, and I thought that because I have a 13-year-old, it was going to be a breeze. But my God, I'm learning a lot. I'm unlearning, I'm relearning. I just thought to jump on here and discuss with you guys today about my VBAC, vaginal birth after a C-section. So 13 years ago, I had a C-section with my firstborn. This time, I really wanted to have a natural birth. Healing for natural birth is much easier. There are health benefits to delivering your baby naturally and all that good stuff. The old kind of thought that once you have a cesarean section, you have to have it again and again and again. No more applies. So these are the things I did intentionally to prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually to have my baby naturally. Please know that this is not medical advice. This is just my experience and what I did. I prepared my husband to advocate for me. Now, this is a very big deal. Having a cesarean previously, I wanted to ensure that I was going into this experience with clarity. And one of the best ways I thought that I could do this was by offloading all my plans, all the things that I wanted on my husband, so that in a case or in a situation where I was unable to advocate for myself, he would be able to say, you know, I'm informed, me and my wife have spoken, we've planned, I'm aware of what's in her birthing plan, and this is what she would like. I wanted to be in absolute control when it came to the choices surrounding my pregnancy and my delivery. One of the things that I did not want, I didn't want any of the midwives to offer me pain relief when I didn't ask. And the reason why I didn't want that was because if nurses or if midwives offer pain relief when I'm in pain, I'm more likely to say, yes, I want the pain relief. If they don't, my mindset is, okay, as much as possible, go through this naturally. My husband was aware of that. In a situation where a midwife kind of overstepped her boundary, he would be able to speak up and say, we don't want this. The number two thing that I did was I was extremely clear in my birthing plan about what I wanted in terms of lighting, music, what was offered to me, what was not offered to me, the vaccinations that they would offer my baby. I said to my midwife to include in my birthing plan that I did not want my baby to receive the vitamin K injection immediately. It was important that I put it in my birthing plan because I know mothers are asked at the hospital, would you like your baby to receive the vitamin K injection? And routinely they say yes. You've just had a baby, you're tired, you've probably been in labor for a good couple of hours. The mental clarity is not there to be able to make an informed decision. You're really not informed on the pros and the cons of the injection. I didn't want to give my baby anything that I wasn't clued up on. And, you know, any mothers that want to offer their baby vitamin K, it's totally up to them. I'm not here to say that it's wrong. But for me, my baby, my decision. And I decided that I didn't want the vitamin K. So I put that in my birthing plan. Another thing I put into my birthing plan was I did not want my umbilical cord or my placenta. Is it a placenta? God, I didn't want them to cut the umbilical cord immediately. It's called delayed clamping. I wanted them to wait for, you know, all the blood within the umbilical cord to be past the baby before cutting. And for expectant mothers who want to try and have a natural birth, I would advise that you know, put all your desires clearly in your birthing plan. Because if you don't do that, what's going to happen on the day is that midwives and nurses and doctors will just make the decision for you, and it might actually not be what you want. The number three thing that I did to prepare for a natural birth was I trained my mind intentionally. So what I did here was I would go on YouTube and intentionally look for peaceful delivery videos where, you know, it was mother-led. The woman's body was leading the delivery of the child. I would intentionally watch those videos. I don't know how many videos I watched. I remember being at work and speaking to my manager about, you know, my pregnancy. And I was asking her about her experience with childbirth. And she had, I think, 2 vaginal births, you know, non-assisted, no medication. Great. So she said to me that her sister-in-law actually advised her that if you expect the worst pain, you know, nothing's going to be a shocker. Now, I found it funny, but it's kind of true. If you expect the worst pain, when you eventually go into labor, you won't be shocked. You know, you'll be prepared. So I mentally prepared myself by asking questions, by watching videos where there was like unity and connection between the wife and the husband. And that kind of helped me cultivate my own experience with my husband and prepare myself mentally. I also constantly reminded myself that my body was designed to deliver a baby. That was something that I constantly meditated on and thought about. Essay, your body is designed to deliver the baby. Regardless of the pain I felt, thousands of women have done it before me and thousands will do it after, natural, without going through a C-section. So the number 5 thing that I did to prepare for my natural birth was I prayed constantly. Prayed for strength to deliver naturally in the name of Jesus. My mother-in-law was also praying. I remember on the day, we called and we said, Mom, we've gone into labor. And she said, that she's not surprised, that she's been praying for me to go into labor on my due date because she delivered all her children on her due date. So she's already transferred that grace to me. And I know truly, truly that her prayer added a quarter to what we had been praying in regards to this delivery. We have a God that hears our prayer. So every crooked path was made straight. There was no complication. I delivered that baby in the name of Jesus Christ. So the number 6 thing I did after 37 weeks was I drank a lot of raspberry leaf tea and I ate a lot of dates. Now, from my understanding, eating dates helps to ripen the cervix and drinking raspberry leaf tea helps your uterus. To be honest, I actually do think it made a difference. So I watched a lot of videos, like I said to you previously, about pregnancy and what ladies were doing to have a natural birth. And this is something that kept coming up. So I decided to do my research. Scientifically speaking, it does make a difference. And in my case, I do really believe that it did help in terms of being able to give birth to my child naturally. I also walked a lot towards the end of my pregnancy. So I would walk around my area. I would do 1 or 2 things in the house, try to keep active at home. I think that really did help significantly. While we were in the hospital, my labor started to stall. I was like 1 centimeters for a long time, although I really, really, really didn't want to. But my husband was also very determined that his wife was going to give birth naturally. So I sat on the wall and we walked around. And so, yeah, I actually do think walking did help me. But I was drinking raspberry leaf tea and I was eating dates. So both of my pregnancies brought forth amazing, beautiful, special babies. One was surgical and one was natural. But what changed the second time round is how much I really prepared to give birth naturally. Every birth is different. This is just my experience. Preparation really does matter. Hey, so I see you've watched this video till the end. If you got some value from today's video, drop your comments and subscribe. Thanks for staying till the end and I will see you in the next one. Take care.